Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel and thank you for tuning in. My name is Velile. I am a lifestyle blogger from South Africa. If you're new on the channel, you are very much welcome, and please don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. Today we are celebrating 20,000 subscribers on the channel, 20,000 members of this family. Also, to celebrate with us, I invited a young family coming from United States. They are YouTubers themselves and they call themselves Unapologetic Nomads on YouTube. I hope you guys can check them because they are doing very great traveling the world and exploring the world and experiencing what the world has to offer. And they're here in South Africa right now, exploring South Africa and trying to have answers with regards to South Africa and what South Africa has to offer for the world. And I told them I am a rural girl and I know so much about the village because I grew up in the village. I live in the city because of work. So we had a lot to chat about and I had so much to ask them also as Americans coming to South Africa. I was curious to know what are their interests in South Africa, and the words investment came through, and the words, being African Americans, they want to find out more about the continent and what the continent can offer to African Americans who want to move into Africa. Guys, what's your surname, guys? Surname? Jackson. Yeah, the last name, Jackson. Jacksons. We have the Jacksons. Oh, the Jacksons on TV. What series was that? Moving on.
Oh yes, the yes.
No, you think about the Jeffersons?
The Jeffersons.
Ooh, anyway, the Jacksons are here.
Okay.
And I'm very happy.
Yes.
And I'll tell everybody the reason why I'm so happy that they are here. Guys, I had so many reasons for having this opportunity to be able to host this American family in my home. First is because those who know, I left South Africa a long time ago and I lived in America. My husband studied in America and I also studied in America and continued in South Africa. My child, which is my last born, my daughter was born in America. The other reason is because I have so many African Americans who have been sending messages and asking how can they acquire land in the motherland of Africa, here in South Africa, in the rural areas. Well, first things first, we had to eat.
What is turkey?
Yes.
Turkey.
The sheep one. No, it's not turkey.
Not turkey.
No, it's the sheep. You know the
Sheep.
It's part of the
Oh
the,
yes, yes,
Oh,
yes.
nice.
This is
Yes,
what it is,
nice.
so you guys can just have a try on that. I'm not saying you should eat what you don't want to eat.
Everything.
And then
Oh.
obviously the beef stew.
Stew. Okay.
And then rice.
Okay.
And then I have what we call in Zulu ujeka, which is steamed bread.
Steamed bread.
Ella say ujeke.
Yeah, you guys
Say
say
ujeke.
Yeah.
Ujeke.
Yeah.
QE.
And then here,
Yes. Ujeke. Steam bread.
and then here we have celery and apples. If I'm not
Oh,
mistaken,
nice.
it's
Is that feta cheese?
Celery and apples.
Celery.
celery and okay, I tied it up because I didn't want. And then we have
Oh, yes.
Carrots and
actually, maybe I should have.
beans. Nice.
But more importantly, ujeke.
I'm civilizing you guys.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Why you got cooking? Why you got
You got it.
It's a click.
Can you say it again? Jack. Jack. Oh God, I can't. Yes, you can.
Try it.
Try it. Come on.
Now that everybody had eaten and the conversations had started, and I had a glimpse of what the Americans wanted to know when it comes to investing in the rural areas or acquiring land in the rural areas, because I had been confused because the land in the rural areas, obviously everybody knows, it is acquired through ancestral lineage. You have to have lineage to the villages that are in South Africa. There are ways of how one acquires land in the rural areas. So if you are coming from the United States and you are an African American with the surname Jackson, how are you going to be able to mingle and live with us in the villages? And also, what is it that African Americans can offer to Black South Africans in the rural areas in South Africa? And especially now that we have turned our villages to look this way. I'm in a village right now in Venda. I mean, who had thought that the villages will look like this in South Africa? So the interest keeps on growing and growing on coming back to South Africa and investing in South Africa from Black Americans or African Americans. But I just want to understand the reason behind wanting to come back to South Africa. Are you going to be able to work with us in creating and developing the rural areas the way we have started developing them? Because this is the work of a long time and a journey that has come with a lot of struggle and a lot of sacrifice. As South Africans, we have been accustomed to know how to start from nothing and make nothing to be something. We know how to sacrifice and go out in the streets and sell whatever we can sell and come back to our homes and build mansions. It is embedded in us and we are living it right now. And our sacrifice is showing and showing off. We are not boasting, but this is just what we have been able to achieve. So if an African American is coming to South Africa to come to South Africa and just acquire land in Africa and also invest in Africa, what are they to offer to the rural areas of South Africa? So many have asked the questions from far, 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 kilometers and kilometers away, sitting in their rooms in America and not coming to South Africa to find out what they can offer to South Africa and what they can share with South Africa as African Americans and how can they make South Africa their own home. It is this reason I'm so grateful to the Jacksons, the Unapologetic Nomads, for coming into my home and asking these questions. They came all the way from America to ask questions and to see what South Africa is all about and what South African can offer. And if they want in the future to make South Africa their home, at least they've come to South Africa to be able to realize what South Africa has and what South Africa doesn't have, so that they can know where to position themselves and where do they fit in South Africa. Most importantly is the question, are they willing to sacrifice? Are they willing to work as hard as South Africans, especially Black South Africans in the rural areas, to turn the rural areas into what we see today? I am driving in the rural areas right now. The roads are tarred. There are signs in the street. And this is the work that has been achieved within the span of 25 years in democracy. This area in Venda is 100% black suburb from a village that was so rural, and then it has become this because people invested in education, they invested in so many things to be able to achieve this. Our ancestral land is so important to us as villagers, especially in the rural areas of South Africa. When we point at it, we are reminded of the stories of our ancestors. Graves of our forefathers lie in between these mountains. So we owe to them to keep on working and working hard because they've already set the platform for us. We are here because of them. So we keep on working, we keep on building, we keep on improving our rural areas for the better for all of us. We keep on building houses because we have a problem for housing issue in South Africa. There's so many of us to accommodate, and we are working together with our government to make sure that we keep on building, we keep on investing into ensuring that no one is living and staying in a shack. So when we build our houses and infrastructure, we have that in mind. We are working towards a common goal. We are trying to achieve something that we deserve. Today, we know we are facing a different struggle, a struggle to make our lives better, the lives that we deserved from the onset. We want our children, when they walk the streets, to walk with pride in the rural areas, to know that villages are the best place to live. So when you come to South Africa and you want to invest, make sure you invest into small businesses that young people have created in the rural areas because they need your help. Remember that they are equipped with knowledge and skill. And also, when you pass around driving and touring South Africa and you see a fruit market, please grab a fruit and support these women, because they are working towards building mansions for their children and the next children and their great children and great great children. This is the purpose, and this is what we are all about around in the rural areas. Also remember that these fruits are coming from their small farms, that they work on them on a daily basis to make sure that they provide for their families and also take their children to school. So these are not poor women who are just selling by the streets. They are educated women who know what they are doing. Also, when you are passing by our streets and touring our South Africa, make sure you grab a meal on the streets, because those street vendors are selling very, very beautiful and good food. You'll be so amazed of what we get from our own resources here, from our own rivers. Beautiful fish in Venda that they sell around in the streets. You don't want to miss this. This is very delicious. I've tasted it myself. And when you are touring South Africa and you driving around and you don't know where to sleep, make sure you utilize accommodation and also entertainment and dine in the rural areas. Our villages have beautiful black-owned accommodation places and restaurants and entertainment spaces where you can enjoy your life in the rural areas. Make sure that you bring your children to our boarding schools that are in the rural areas, built by our chiefs and kings. These state-of-the-art institutions just in the middle of our villages accommodate children from all over the world, so you won't really be lost when you are around here. We have all types of people coming to our villages and occupying our boarding schools, earning good skills and mingling with our children and getting to know our culture, which is so important, and also learning from the environment that is so clean, affording our children to learn about themselves and be creative and also be able to express themselves freely in an environment that is very secured. Our villages have norms and values of how each and everyone is living around here. We abide by them because we respect our tribal authority, we respect our chiefs and kings. So our culture is very strong, and it's also show in how our schools are conducted in the rural areas. Also remember that there are so many women around in the rural areas that are so equipped with knowledge and starting their own businesses in the hospitality industry. They are building beautiful accommodations. These are the women who are just really waiting for investors and people who are going to help them, and they will really receive you with a good smile and offer you a cup of coffee if they can. Did I mention that we are not boasting? But hey, we do have beautiful, beautiful landscape in South Africa. So when we are touring and enjoying our landscape, make sure you do enjoy that, but make sure you pass in our tourist attraction places, because we have a whole lot to offer. This will give you a chance to get to know who we are culturally, and also as you know, the people of South Africa and what we have to offer, because we have a lot to offer. You'll get to meet with our people, and if there is a chance, you'll get to live with us in the rural areas and be able to see all that is the beauty about the rural areas, our rivers, our, and maybe by any chance you'll get to stay and live happily ever after in our village and have a beautiful view of the mountain on a daily basis and enjoy peace and happiness in the villages of South Africa. Thank you once again for 20,000 subscribers, and thanks to the Unapologetic Nomads for collaborating with me on this one. I really enjoyed you guys, and I'm sure we're still going to have a lot and lots of adventures around in South Africa as long as you are still around here. Thank you very much, and God bless. Please guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, share and comment on this video. Thank you.